really in many ways Pittsburgh as a whole, that attitude, that energy, that drive that's made Andrew Palace a multiple-time heavyweight champion.
While I won't question whether it was smart to go away from Plummer and IWC's corporate structure, I will say that this seems to be a Palace that enjoys life a little bit more. Now the problem is, when you enjoy life, you might lose a little bit of an edge, and the last thing you want to do facing GME is lose an edge.
Did you see the way this man just ran around his ring? He's not even tired.
You don't know that. He could be tired and just holding it in.
Ghost is one hell of an energy drink.
Exactly, exactly.
Palace is somebody who, no doubt I can certainly attest to the fact, has a large weight off his shoulders at this point, because he is living and wrestling for himself and not for the controlling entity that is Justin Plummer, and not to piss up to the front office. That's not what this is about. Pro wrestling is a place to express yourself, to be free, to do what you want as you see fit. And Johnny is getting the best version of Andrew Palace here tonight. Let's have fun is the mantra, and the way Palace has fun is he competes hard.
But my question to you is this: is Andrew Palace going to be able to be a competitor, or is he going to be just another victim? We see GME, myself and Tony, go through numerous veterans, and I mean, just like he's been wrestling for 20 years. It's unbelievable, this kid.
To your point, I mean, Emricko has done things in just the past 2 or 3 years that some athletes take their entire career to accomplish. The titles he's won, the people he's faced, and it's a tough test to stand up to Palace as a one-count there center ring. But, I mean, he's ready for the challenge. This, to me, it's 50-50. It's a dream match scenario when it comes to Pittsburgh wrestling. And Emricko, he's one of the biggest wins of his career.
I mean, the other thing about GME that I'm thinking about is that he doesn't have to really worry about the future, because he always stays in the now. You know, that looming next match can always hang on you. I know Palace is busy tomorrow. I know those things can probably loom up to him. GME is focused on beating Palace and establishing a name. For a veteran, you have to keep the young guys down on the ladder rungs. So that's a lot of pressure for Palace.
Nice takedown by Palace. I like that GME was really focused on that side headlock, bringing it in, trying to keep Palace at bay. But when the Spasmanian Devil gets in motion, he is unpredictable as all hell.
I mean, just the speed in this matchup alone, gentlemen. I mean, my God, both of these guys are bringing it. They know tonight we have a huge crowd here at Greensburg for Pitt Fight. And I mean, Andrew Palace, he has to be psyched. You said this is his first match back since the injury, am I right?
Yeah, one of them, not the first, certainly. Still on that comeback trail, but he's testing that shoulder, that concussion big time against top caliber competition. Atomic drop, low drop kick. See you later, GME.
GME onto the outside, and he cannot believe what he's seeing right now. You know, I was talking to him earlier in the back. He was talking about Andrew Palace and ring rust. You know, a lot of guys, when they're on the shelf for a little while, there's ring rust. But we're not seeing that at all when it comes to Andrew Palace.
I think Palace has been chomping at the bit for an opportunity to test himself on this level. And Johnny able to hang rope first. Andrew Palace on that top ring cable, and that'll snap back right into your windpipe.
Well, not only is he holding, oh my gosh! Forget what I was saying. I was going to say he might have hung up his neck, but now his nose might be inward.
Yeah, I mean, GME just planted that size 14 right in the face. Only a 2 count.
I wonder how much Palace might be worrying about as he's holding his nose. Look, he's squeezing the connection between the neck and the shoulder area. I wonder how much he's worrying about that injured shoulder and how it repaired.
Yeah, that may have been a little message from GME to Palace to rest his face in his head. I don't know, that AC joint was damaged when Palace had that shoulder injury, and certainly you focus on any part of that, even if it's not the physical aspect, but the mental aspect of coming from a victory or coming from behind from an injury, it's going to rent space in your head. It's going to be an issue, and if Palace is thinking about that injury, he's not thinking about GME.
Yeah, Emricko right now, you know, he's known as the ultimate opportunist. We've seen him as a shark in water, spilling blood. He just attacks that area, and he keeps on attacking. He knows what to do in a professional wrestling ring. I mean, he trained by Brandon Kay, trained by Dean Radford. I mean, they've shown him the ways, but again, not afraid to pull a page out of the Rule Breakers handbook.
Also not afraid to run his mouth to our camera production team.
I always ever not see GME run his mouth to him.
No, that's a fair point. That is a fair point, but Palace trying to come back to it.
I think Sorg is making dirty faces at him.
Ah, that explains
but
it.
I'll tell you what, though. You talk about Brandon Kay, you talk about Dean Radford. You know, heavyweight champions everywhere they've been. They know how to be on top of the mountain. They know how to expect the best out of any of their talent, any of their students. GME certainly a temper, but Andrew Palace caught GME in the side of the head right over the temple.
He doesn't know where he's at right now. I mean, he did catch him, but no, GME takes him, sidewalk slam, and my God, did he just drive him into the canvas. Could be it right here.
Palace very aggressively gets the shoulder up, and that speaks to how poised GME stayed under pressure, gentlemen. Palace built that quickness, built that momentum. The pendulum swung his way, but GME stayed calm, and he shut it down the first opening he saw.
Some veterans don't have that ability to function under pressure like that. I mean, he got hit very hard. You saw the glass in his eyes, still got gathered, but now he's controlling Palace by taking repeated shots to Palace's head. I don't care how good you are, how long you've been wrestling. Shots to the head will put anyone down. I don't care if you're a 16-time world champion or just started.
But you had a point, Tony. The GME, you know, I think he wants to put Palace on that injury list again because look at the list so far. I mean, he took Johnny Norris out for how long?
Listen to that. This crowd is very not Emricko right now.
GME does not make friends wherever he goes.
I like him.
For a fact. Well, of course you like him.
He makes money, though, that's for sure.
Well, Palace just reversing that beautifully, driving GME's head into the turnbuckle. Shotgun drop kick.
Palace just needed that distance. It creates opportunity. The drop kick scored. Emricko wrestling very close to his adversary, but Palace opens things up. Saito suplex.
My goodness, he folded him in half on that one, Joe. And right now, this crowd's getting behind the Steel City Supernovas. He just takes him out with that one. And now Palace will be going for it.
The Hernia driver coming up, and Palace hits it. It's over.
Trying to block it, though.
GME, the power of him, he just tightened up his body, and it was enough to get out of it.
Big man's wrestler, Emricko, had Palace's pet move scouted, but catch can't set a ring. Will Palace get it a second time?
Boom!
Scores big! Will this be all? Andrew Palace beats it.
In a time of 6 minutes, 53 seconds, your winner, the Steel City Supernova, Andrew Palace.
Well, if the injury bug was a factor leading into this matchup, I think that monkey is off the back of Andrew Palace, whose mind, body, and soul is rejuvenating himself.